TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. I hope that you're all doing well now. Barcelona, of course, are on their mid-season break, and that basically means that it's time to analyse. It's time to review exactly what Barcelona have done in the season so far. So welcome here to the mid-season review. At the halfway point of the season, Barcelona stand top of La Liga. They're safely through to the round of 16 in the Champions League. But exactly how have we done this season, and what can we expect looking ahead to 2020? It's all coming up. Full analysis right here. Let's do it. And if we first of all start with domestic matters in La Liga, like I say, Barcelona right now stand alone. They are top of La Liga and the only team right now on 39 points. That, of course, comes after last night. Real Madrid dropped points at home to Athletic, drawing 0-0. And Barcelona now top 39 points, 12 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses in that time. Real in second, Sevilla in third and Atletico Madrid in fourth. But despite the table right now, I think we'll all concede that it hasn't exactly been plain sailing for Barcelona in La Liga this season. I don't think we can say we're top, so there's been no problems. I don't think we should do that at all. Because in order to improve, in order to get better and really become the team that we want to be, you've got to accept there's things that we need to work on. And as you can see right here and now, right from the very beginning, we were playing catch-up. The season didn't start well for us, of course, losing against Athletic there on the opening day. We then beat Real Betis, but stumbled again there away at Osasuna, beat Valencia, stumbled again against Granada, and it was very much topsy-turvy way there to start the new season, and the away form is the real problem. I don't think any of us here are under any illusions about that. Barcelona away from home, that's the biggest question mark right now, because you look at it there, losses against Athletic, Granada, Levante, combined their withdrawals against Osasuna and Real Sociedad. They've left us, those games there, those performances, with a number of problems, because to be honest, it's not so much about, Barcelona away from home, they've had some bad form, they've had some bad results, we need to turn it around. It's more of the fact that you look at those 90-minute performances, and is there enough in there to suggest that this team is ready to go away from home and put in a performance? We did win away at Atletico Madrid, but you do look at that game, you think we were decent defensively, but it was mainly down to the magic there of Lionel Messi to get us through that one. We still need to show we are ready to turn up away from home. And I think the stats very much back up what we've seen in those kind of away performances. Right now in La Liga, we are unbeaten at the Camp Nou. And let's make no mistake about it, the Camp Nou is a fortress for us. That's something that's extremely valuable to Barcelona. We play very, very well at home. You can see there, 8 wins, 1 draw this season, 34 goals scored with 10 conceded. Now away from home, we have a very similar defensive record. We've only conceded there 1 more goal away from home. The big difference, the colossal difference there, is the goal scoring. We don't score as many goals away from home. We don't create as many chances, and that has been our problem. Just 4 wins there from 9 games away from home, 2 draws, and 3 big defeats on the road. And like I say, that's the area, that's the one that you pinpoint. Barca need to improve. But if we move now on to the Champions League, like I say, Barcelona finishing top of the group, progressing there to the round of 16 stage as group winners. That's always a very good thing to do, and you get to finish top. That's all that you can ask for. And of course, we have been rewarded in that matter with a game there against Napoli in the last 16 stage. 4 wins, 2 draws in the group stage. We did end there unbeaten, 9 goals for and 4 against there. 4 goals conceded for Barcelona. And the one thing you'd look to there is again the goal scoring, because you look at it right now, there's 16 teams left in the Champions League in total. 10 of those teams, 10 out of the 16 teams left, have all scored more goals than Barca, and that's not something that you'd usually say. I think certainly Barcelona in this group stage in the Champions League so far, we haven't been as prolific, we haven't created as many chances as we usually see. Only Atletico, Atalanta and Dortmund, who are of course in our group, scored less in the group stage. But you have to also be fair about this. We did have a very, very difficult group. We had Dortmund, Inter, Slavia Prague were certainly no pushovers. So at the end of the day, we did come against difficult sides, and for that reason, it may have been harder to score goals. And also here, judging on the stats alone, there's a rather surprising stat about our defensive work in the Champions League. Because again, using the 16 teams remaining right now in the Champions League, only one team, that being PSG, conceded less goals than Barca in the group stage. That's incredible, because defensively this season, I don't think we've been very good. I think we can all say we do feel a little bit sceptical about our defending, but in the Champions League on stats alone, we are right up there. But despite that unbeaten group run, despite finishing top in the process, despite all of the stats that you might want to throw at it, the same sort of questions remain about Barcelona, and particularly away from home. Because you look a bit further there into those performances, you look in particular against Dortmund away. That was a game that we probably didn't deserve to get out of without losing. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, of course, in that game, saving a vital penalty. And even Slavia Prague, away from home, we scraped our way through that game. And even at home there, we failed to score against Slavia. And it was exactly the same story at home against Inter. We staged there a late comeback to turn it around. So you've got to look into those games a bit further and basically say there's still room there, no question about it, for improvement from Barcelona. We've done well. We have finished top of the group. We have finished unbeaten. We're through to the round of 16. That's what we would have wanted to achieve. But in those knockout games, there's no mistake about it, Barca need to be better. And of course, throughout the season so far, we are now at the halfway point. There have been a few games along the way, just about that we can pick out as particular highlights. If you look in there for the best games, the best performances for Barcelona so far this season, I'd have to pick out a few. Certainly the 2 5-2 wins at the Camp Nou, the two big victories at home. Firstly there, coming against Real Betis, when we needed to bounce back from that opening day defeat against Athletic Club, and that was a brilliant game. I really enjoyed that one. There was fantastic football on display. We played some brilliant passing moves there. Griezmann scoring his first Barcelona goals. You had that celebration, of course, with the confetti. That was a wonderful moment. And of course, Carlos Perez scoring on his La Liga debut, and Ansu Fati coming off the bench, becoming the youngest ever player to play for Barcelona. That was absolutely incredible. And then, of course, you've got to look as well to that second 5-2 against Valencia, where Barcelona, again at home, turned on the style. In particular, you look at the opening minutes of the game there, Ansu Fati getting another record to his name, scoring at the Camp Nou. That was an unbelievable moment in our season. And then just minutes later, it was roles reversed. Frankie set him up for the first goal, and it was De Jong then getting into the area and scoring for the second. So I enjoyed that 5-2 against Valencia. But I would have to say there, the best performance I've seen from Barcelona so far this season, in terms of the result, in terms of the strength of the opponent there, I would say it was Dortmund at home. Barcelona 3, Borussia Dortmund 1, and it was a really vital stage of the group there for Barcelona. Coming into the game, they knew they had to win. They knew a defeat would make things very difficult in our group. The pressure was on, and of course it was at home, but at the same time, it was nice to see Barcelona deliver. It was nice to see there a statement being made by this team, and actually there, turning up when we needed them to. And I think in particular there, of course, it was great to see Messi, Suárez, Griezmann all on the score sheet there as the trident, and especially really seeing the first signs of that Messi-Griezmann combination that we'd all been waiting for, and the scenes that followed there in the celebrations. It was a big night for Barca, and that's why that particular game stands out for me in terms of the best performance all round of the season. But again, you look at those three games, Betis at home, Valencia at home, Dortmund at home. What is the common theme here? All of our best games, all of our best performances have all come at the Camp Nou. And again, that is the issue. And if you're being completely honest here, I would actually say the best away performance of the season, and up there to be honest, with the very best display overall, was away at Inter, at San Siro, with our so-called B team. You think about it there, Carlos Perez, Ansu Fati doing the damage up front, scoring the goals that won us that game. You had Carlos Alenia pulling the strings in midfield, Jean-Claire Todibo and Moussa Waghi at the back, really impressing, and Neto pulling off some heroic saves. And to be fair, that was a brilliant performance. And I would actually go on to say there, that was one of the most enjoyable performances I've seen from Barcelona in a very long time. And I think that says it all. That's the kind of Barcelona that we want to see. Young players there, given an opportunity, given a platform in which to really prove themselves, and ultimately, the players going out there and giving everything. That's what you want to see. It's what we want to see more of at Barcelona. And looking ahead to 2020, we need more spirit. We need a stronger mentality. And we need to prove ourselves away from home. And that there would certainly be my conclusion on Barcelona's season so far. There's still for me a lot to prove, a lot to come from this team. What I would say is though, Barcelona, as of right now, haven't hit top gear. They haven't hit the best form they're capable of, no question about that. But they didn't need to. These are not the biggest months of the season. Those are to come. We've got big tests to come. We've got big games to come in 2020. Then will be the time to see the best Barca. And if we can, I would never rule us out. We do have questions in defence. We do have questions in midfield. But you look at that strike force, Messi, Griezmann, Suárez, don't rule us out. We will be there or thereabouts It's all about finding that peak form and the mentality we need to get us over the line. We will have to wait and see what Barcelona can produce, but please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What have you made of our season so far? What are you expecting to come in the second half of the season? Let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks as always for joining me. Plenty more coming up though. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.